All right, here with Courtney Okolo, alum of Carrollton Newman Smith and the University of Texas.
Yeah.
At the University of Texas, you set the NCAA record in the 400 at 50.03. Then you lowered it,
Mhm.
49.71. This was in 2016 at the Big 12 outdoors. What's this experience like to not only set a record, but then lower your own record?
I think the first time it was more so when I did it at Big 12s in 2014, it was more of like a shock and it was just like it wasn't like the plan, it was just something that happened. And so it was like, it was like a big surprise and it was just, it was just this great feeling. And then the second time I feel like it's like I wanted to run 49. So I was, training that year, that's what I was thinking about. So it was more of, I didn't plan to do it at that meet, but it was more so like planned when I did it the second time. So I don't know, just, the same, both a record, but just two different feelings surrounding them. But they both were like, amazing feelings. And I was, super excited to get them.
Oh, no doubt about it. And it wasn't too long after that you win the Bowerman Award,
Mm.
which, for those that don't know, is the collegiate equivalent basically to like a Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
And you did that after winning the 400, and you were part of the 4x4 both in and outdoors.
Hmm.
So take us through the emotions of being at the Bowerman. You're sitting there. You have a couple of other ladies there with you, and
Yeah.
they call your name.
Yeah. It was just like an icing on the cake to like a great collegiate career for me. I actually was nominated in 2014 after I broke the NCAA record. My sophomore year, I was nominated, but I didn't win. So coming back my senior year, I kind of felt like I was going to win. I was going to take it. So it was just like the last thing, to add to my collegiate career. And it was just pretty much like the icing on top of the cake. Like it was just, a great way to cap off um, my career.
Do you have the trophy, or is it with family?
Uh, yeah, I don't have it personally. Um, it's actually back in Austin, but I'm going to take it back to my parents' house whenever I get to Austin.
There you go. And then in 2016, you're part of the gold medal, 4x4 at the Olympics. All right, describe the Olympic experience for us.
Um, it was really surreal. Like that year just seemed so long, Like not too long ago, I was at NCAA's, I was at the Olympic trials, and now I'm at the Olympics. So it was really just like, if you didn't slow down, it was hard to like take it all in. Everything was moving so fast. And then we actually ran. Um, it was like nerve wracking, but at the same time, I felt really comfortable running. Like I guess I was just confident in myself and in my teammates.
Hmm.
So it wasn't as like scary as it could have been, I guess. But yeah, I was just like, this is happening now, and then I'm going to be able to like remember this moment for the rest of my life. So it was just like a surreal experience, and just one that I know I'll never forget.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only Olympian, it's gold medalist.
Yeah, yeah.
What other outside of track and field when you were at the Olympics? What other competitions did you enjoy watching?
Basketball, volleyball. I didn't get to go to like to actually see them, but we all,
Hmm.
were in like the team room and just watching together because the 4x4 was the last event. So
Right.
we really didn't go around too much, because we wanted to like stay fresh. But yeah, basketball for sure. Tennis, women's tennis. I wish I could have gone to see tennis. But yeah, it was just, I mean, it's cool to see so many different athletes and some sports that I didn't know were Olympic sports. So it was just cool to see the different athletes and talk to them in the village and stuff.
Now, the collegiate awards and the honors that you've won are just, I mean, it takes an entire page. It's just far too long to mention right now. So instead, I'm going to ask you Just what are your some of your favorite memories from your collegiate or post collegiate experience?
Um, so I'll pick some from my collegiate. I think when I went 49.7, that was a big deal for me. So when I broke the collegiate record the second time,
Hmm.
and then hmm, it's probably a 4x4 relay. My sophomore year,
Okay.
when we won the 4x4 at NCAA's, I think we had got the meet record. I really wanted us to get the collegiate record, but we just all ran like a spectacular race. Like everyone ran a great leg of the relay, and we were pretty close to A&M.
Hmm.
Like we were running kind of neck and neck with them, and we ended up winning. So I think that was like I love the 4x4. So it's always going to be a 4x4 moment. Like I live for the 4x4. Like after you run the four, you're a little tired and you're kind of ready for the meet to be over. And you might not be as pumped for the 4x4, but then as soon as you finish running, you're like, wow, that was like the best feeling. Like leading up to it was kind of like, oh, we got to run the 4x4. But while you're running and after, the feeling is just like, oh, I can't wait to run another 4x4. Like it's just such a fun. I think it's the best relay. It's just like watching it is just like so much fun. And I think competing in it is even more fun. So definitely, I think my sophomore year, the NCAA 4x4 outdoors. And then post collegiate, I would have to say 2018 World Indoors. That was my
Hmm.
first like um, world, like on the world stage, running an individual event. And I took the medal. I got first place. So I was really excited to have my first like gold medal individually. And
Awesome.
I felt like I ran a pretty good race. So I was just, excited about that.
That's awesome. So in high school, were you never the one that would just try to never look at the coach's eyes when it was almost time for the 4x4?
No, I knew I had to. I never, I didn't get to play that role. Like I kind of knew, I always knew it was coming. Like if someone was going to run the 4x4, it was going to be me. So I, I wore that pretty well.
Now, in high school, once again, you were a Carrollton Newman Smith. You won the 400 three times at the UIL state meet. You had the second fastest 400 time high school in Texas history. And now, as we're starting to celebrate 50 years of girls track and field in Texas, at least under the UIL umbrella, what do you remember about your high school days that helped you prepare for college and for life after college?
Um, you mean like meets or just like what I
it,
remember?
it could be meets, it could be the discipline of the workouts,
Mhm.
whatever it is that really has
Yeah.
helped you become who you are.
I think in high school, I think I really was really disciplined and really like I really like track in school obviously was like my main focus like
Hmm.
and I think that kind of prepared me for college and now as a professional because it's like now I don't even have to like think about being disciplined. It's just like second nature for me. And I think because I was so like focused like in high school trying to get a scholarship, trying to run fast, trying to be like one of the best. And I think it was a lot harder then, but like once I developed that like discipline, it like carried throughout my college career. Like it wasn't even like I never had to like I never was put in a position to where I was like, oh, I really want to go and do this and involve myself in this. Like making sacrifices was a lot easier because
Hmm.
I started out doing that in high school. So I think the discipline that I had in high school really prepared me for college, which is it's a lot harder to be disciplined in college because you have so many distractions around you. So
Right.
and then even harder as a professional because now you're on your own. You can do whatever you want. So you really have to be disciplined. So I'm definitely like happy that I took that on early. And also like mentally, when it came to competing, I just always like to look back at how I was in high school. I used to be super nervous all the time, and it was just like a big deal to compete. And just to see how I've evolved to now, where I'm a lot more relaxed, and it's like I do this all the time. So just whenever I think back to how I was as a like a little freshman in high school. It's just crazy to think how much I've like evolved since then.
Time's moved on pretty quickly, huh?
Yeah.
With all that you've accomplished, titles at every level, high school, college, professional, what's left on your resume to accomplish?
I think I have a lot to accomplish in my professional career.
Okay.
Um, so I mean, obviously this year's, it's up in the air. We really don't know with all the stuff that's going on with
Right.
the pandemic. But if there's an Olympics this year, I mean, they're saying there will be. So I'm just,
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to it. But I definitely want to make the Olympic team and make get more gold medals and just continue to run faster and break records. Run faster than 49.7. I think there's really a lot left that I can do. So I'm just, hopefully, everything allows me to do that. With the stuff that's going on in the world. So I mean, the sky's the limit.
Is training going well?
Yeah, training's going really well. So hopefully I get an opportunity to compete and show all that I've been working on in training.
Excellent. And last question. Finally, what advice do you have for the female high school track and field athlete today?
Um, Definitely just to stay focused. And I mean, if your goals are to go to college with track and field, it takes a lot of sacrifice and discipline. And sometimes you might miss out, on some of the activities that you want to do, but it's definitely worth it in the long run. I mean, I've gotten to experience so many things because of the discipline that I developed in high school. So I would say it's definitely worth it. And just stay focused. I mean, anything is possible if you can just really stay focused and put your mind to it.
That's sound advice. Courtney, we appreciate your time. Best of luck in your training and best of luck breaking those records and getting more Olympic medals.
Thank you so much.
You have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye.